So in the last session we discussed about list hierarchical custom settings. Today let's discuss about hierarchical custom settings. Let's discuss about hierarchical custom settings. Okay. Now tell me the data which we are defining in the list custom settings. So are they visible to all the users of organization?
No.
If you remember, when creating the fields, I did not send it, so I will share it today. While creating the fields in the custom setting, so did we implement field level security? We did not implement field level security. So what does it mean? It means that there is no security provided on custom settings, so that the data which you are defining in the custom setting will be visible to all the users. It is not restricted. It is public. The data which you define in the custom setting, it will be visible to all the users. The data which we store in custom settings will be visible globally. There are two types of custom settings: list custom settings and hierarchical custom settings. So the list custom setting, the data that we define, data defined in the list custom setting will be same for all users. The hierarchical custom settings, data defined in the hierarchical custom setting will be different for different users. The data will be different for different users. So let me explain you. So let me create one hierarchical custom setting. Let me create a new custom setting. The name of our custom setting is hierarchical custom setting. Instead of selecting list, I have selected hierarchy as a type. So let me save the custom setting. Okay, we have created custom setting called as, we have selected custom setting called as hierarchical custom setting. Now what I do is, let's define some fields here. I am creating a field called as discount. What should be the data type of discount?
Numeric.
Should it be numeric or should it be percentage?
Percentage.
Yeah, discount. Let me save. Now we have created only one field here. Let's populate data. That is, let's create records in these custom settings. Okay. So let me click on manage button and let's create records. So if you see here, we are creating a data for hierarchical custom setting. So it is asking me to provide the data for discount variable, but it is asking me to define at the profile level or user level. So now what I'm doing, I'm selecting user. Let me select a user called as Vivek. 30. So what will be the value of discount for user, Vivek? What will be the value of
30.
discount? The value of discount for Vivek will be 30%. Yes. Let's get some more data here. The discount for Rakesh is 50%. The discount for system administrator profile users is 40%. So let me go back to list and let's create a new view. Let me edit and let me remove this name field. Initially it has shown only 2 values in the drop down. After it has shown different roles. It is not showing any different roles, it's showing only profiles here. I'll tell you, wait. Yeah. So now if you see here, so in this hierarchical custom setting, the data we are storing the data called as discount. So are we applying different discounts for different users or not? Are we applying different? We are applying different discounts for different users. Are we applying the discount only at the user level or even at the profile level?
Profile level also.
So we are defining discounts, we are defining data at user level and at profile level. Now tell me, all the users of the are we applying, are we providing data to all the users of organization? No, we are filling data only for few users. Only few users and few profiles are covered. So what about the remaining users? Now let us call a user called as Srikanth. Now did we define the discount value for Srikanth? He neither belongs to system admin profile nor we have specified the value directly. So we did not specify the value of custom setting for Srikanth. So here default values. So let's define the default values. That is at the organization level. So if you are not defining the value at the specific user level or profile level, then this default value will be taken. So let me create a default value. The default value at the organization level is 20%. Now tell me what value will be applied to Srikanth for discount? 20, 30, 40, 50. Which value will be applied? Madhu?
20 if he is Indian organization level.
Yeah, he's a user from Indian Eagle organization. He's not a pro. He's a user in the Indian Eagle organization. Now what value will be applied to the Madhu?
20.
20. What value will be applied to Suresh? He is a system admin. Suresh is a system
40.
administrator. What value will be applied? 40.
40.
And Rakesh is a system administrator. What value will be applied?
50 as we specified.
40 or 50. Rakesh is a both. Here we are defined value for the user and his profile. So if it considers users, 50. If it considers profile, 40. So here the order of determination is user level, profile level, then organization. First priority will be given to user level, and the next priority will be given to profile level, and least priority will be given to organization level. So for Rakesh, which value will be applied?
50.
For Rakesh, 50 will be assigned. So first it will check for the data at the user level. If at the user level data is not available, then it will take his profile and it will check. And even if there is no data for his profile, then it will check at the organization level. It will apply default organization value. So let's see the application. So we have same methods, get instance and get all method to access the data in custom setting. So what I do is, let me go to opportunity. Let's create a validation group. So if you go to a mall, different level users will can apply different discounts. Am I correct? A sales representative will have different, we can apply only up to 10% discount, and sales manager can give discount up to 15%, and the owner can give discount up to 20 to 30%. So so the discount value, is it varying from role, is it varying from user to user or not?
Yes, Rakesh.
So in this type, we go for hierarchical custom settings. So now what I want is, all the users, they should not apply discount more than specified value, for them. Okay. So where are we specifying the discount levels? Specifying the discount levels at the hierarchical custom setting. Okay. If our requirement is the discount should not be greater than 30%, so what we do? So let me create one field here in the opportunity before going to validations. Sri, have you joined? Okay, we have created an opportunity field, discount field in the opportunity. So this discount will be different for different users. Different users can apply different levels of discounts. Okay. Now as of now we can give any percentage. We can give discount up to 100% because we did not specify any validations. Number is too large. Okay, because we have given the discount as 2 digit. So let me give discount as 99. So the discount is being applied. So we need to restrict this. So let's create a validation here. If the validation is no one can apply the discount greater than 30%, directly what we do? We include the field discount. Let's refresh the page. Yeah. If the discount, no one should give discount greater than 30%, discount greater than 30%. So if you apply discount greater than 30%, this expression, will it return true or false? If you are applying discount greater than 30%, now you are applying discount at the record level, you are applying 40%. 40 greater than 30. So what happens? Since it is true, it will throw error message. Discount is not valid. Okay, let's save it. Let's save it. Okay. Now, but our requirement is not. It is varying from user to user. But according to our requirement, the discount levels is varying from user to user. So where did we define these discount levels for different users? Where did we define these discount levels? Different discount values for different users. Where did we discuss? Where did we define?
we didn't specify anyway.
We didn't specify. If you see here in the case of hierarchical custom settings, did we define different discounts for different users or not?
Oh, yes, yes.
So where did we discuss? Where did we define? We have defined the discount levels at the hierarchical custom settings. So in order to access the data from hierarchical custom settings, what is our method? Which method do we need to use? We have get instance method. We have get instance method and get all method. Okay. So what I do is, copy. Let's go to value. Hierarchical custom setting dot. Which value do we need to access here?
Discount underscore.
Discount. We need to access discount. Yes. So now if Rakesh is accessing, it will apply the discount of Rakesh. If Suresh is accessing, it will apply the discount value for Suresh. Let's verify whether it is applying or not. In order to access the data from custom settings, we need to use one variable, setup dot, global variable setup dot. No errors. Now let me save it. Okay, now let's see. Now what value did we specify for Rakesh in the custom settings? Yeah.
50.
Yeah, first it will check at the user level. If no value is available at the user level, then it will check at the profile level. And if no value is available at the profile level, then it will check at the then it will apply the default value which we have defined at the organization level. So as of now, the value that applied for Rakesh is 50, so that it can apply discount up to 50%. Let's see. Now Rakesh is accessing the record. Let's see. He is giving discount 50%. Let's see whether it throws any error or not. No error. Now let's give discount greater than 50%. 51. You can see it is throwing error. Why? Because in the validation what it is doing, it is checking. Yeah, discount should not be greater than the specified value. For Rakesh, the specified value is 50, but you have applied 51. 51 greater than 50. So hence the reason it is throwing error. Okay. Now will it throw any error? For Rakesh, he can apply discount up to 50%. So it will not throw any error. Okay. Now what I do is, let me log in as different profile user. Okay. Now let me log in as any profile user. Let me log in as Arun, or let me log in as Vivek. You cannot access the standard object. Let me log in as Arun. Okay, let's include this opportunity object. Okay, let's create an opportunity. Okay, he is applying discount. Did we define any data for this user called as Arun? Did we define any data for discount for this user Arun? Let's check. For user Arun, there is no value. Now it will check the profile of Arun. What is the profile of Arun? The profile of Arun is PMU profile. So at the profile level, did we specify any value? At the profile level, did we specify? We have defined 40 for PM system administrator profile, but for PMU profile, did we specify any value?
No.
We did not specify. So there is no value at the user level and there is no value for his profile level. Now it will take which value? It will take default organization value. So what is the default organization value? 20. So it means now Arun can apply discount up to 20%. Let's see. Let's allow him to apply discount 21%. You can see it is showing error, discount is not valid. So is it clear, everyone? Defining different levels of data for different users, it is possible through hierarchical custom settings. Ali, is it clear? Ali, is it clear, Ali? Okay. Now, let me show you the applicability in the case of triggers. What I do is, in this hierarchical custom setting, let me create a new field called as a trigger. I'm defining a Boolean variable. Checkbox. It holds either true or false. So by default, it is checked. Let's save it. Okay, now let's create data. For Rakesh, I'm enabling it as true. Or let me put it as false. Okay. Okay. Let me edit it at the user level, at the organization level. We have a variable called as a trigger. So at the organization level, it is true. And we have defined different values for different profiles and different users. Trigger, is it enabled for system admins? The value trigger is disabled for system administrators and the value trigger is disabled for Rakesh. And the value trigger, is it disabled for Vivek? The value trigger, is it disabled for Vivek? You can see here it is enabled.
No, right.
It is enabled. So we did not disable. Let me enable for system admins also. Okay. Now tell me, how do we access custom settings in the Apex environment? How do we access data from the custom settings? Using get instance and get all method. Now what it is? Let me go to developer console. Let me go to trigger. Okay, so in this trigger, what I'm doing is, what is our custom setting name? Okay. Sorry. This is our custom setting name. Dot this custom setting dot get instance of trigger. Okay, it will return the entire record. It will return the entire record. Okay. Okay. So from this, I don't want the entire record. I just want only the value of the trigger variable. Give me 1 second. I'm directly accessing get instance. I'm not giving any record name here, because for different users the values will be different. Okay, let me cut this here. So it will return the record. If Rakesh is executing this trigger, then it will return the value of this variables for Rakesh. It will return the value for discount, and it will discount the value of trigger to this Rakesh, and the values will be saved in this HCS. If Suresh is executing, the values for Suresh and the value of discount and trigger for Suresh will be written here. Okay. So now what I'm doing is, here HCS dot, let me access trigger, the data from the trigger variable. Okay. Now let me put it in the for loop. Let me put the entire code in the for loop. Let me save it. Okay. Now let me save it. Now what I'm doing is, so we have different we are invoking different methods for different events. Okay. So, but if you see here, we are executing all these events. The trigger will be executed if the condition is true. If the condition is true, then these events will be invoked and the respective handler methods will be executed. Am I correct?
Yeah.
What do you say? What do you say, Krishna Ali? If the condition is true, only then this trigger events will be invoked and the associated trigger handler methods will be executed. Okay. So now what I'm doing is, now let me I have saved this record. So we know that whenever we are creating the record, what happens? Default billing city will be populated as, what is the default billing city? Let me go to the dependent class. What is the default billing city?
India.
If billing country is not populated, India will be populated by default. Okay. Now let me create an account record. Is it? Oops. Give me 1 second. Okay, trigger is working. What I do is, give me 1 second. Should take the value at trigger user level. At the user level, the value is false. Okay. Go to trigger. Let me try to create a new record. Okay. So why it is not working at the user level? Give me 1 second. Okay, actually, it should not fire these stickers here. Because Rakesh is executing this trigger, so it should consider the value of Rakesh. The trigger value for Rakesh is false. So since the condition is false, for Rakesh, so it should not execute the trigger, but it is executing the trigger. But at the profile level, it is working. Let's check 1 second. At profile level, let me put it as false, and at the user level, also let me put it as false. Now let me try to create. Okay, now it is not throwing any error. Let me edit it. It is not throwing any error. It is not validating phone field because while updating a phone field is mandatory. While updating phone field is mandatory, it is not throwing any error because the trigger is not. We are bypassing the trigger. So is it considering the user level or profile level? Let me check one second. Because at the profile level and the user level, the trigger is disabled. Now let me enable at the user level. At the user level, the trigger should be executed because here the record is being created by Rakesh. Okay, at the user level, we have enabled trigger. So for Rakesh, the value of what is the value of trigger for Rakesh? Is it true or false?
True.
The value of trigger for Rakesh is true. So what happens now? Let me go to
True.
inside the code. So who is executing this? Who is creating the record? Rakesh is creating the record. So the trigger will be fired. So what is the value of trigger for Rakesh? True. The value of
True.
trigger for Rakesh is true. So the code will be executed. The trigger will be executed or not?
Yes.
It will be executed. So for the system administrator, so for the system admin profiles, the other users from system administrators, can they execute these triggers?
No.
Because the value of trigger is false.
Disabled.
False. Now Vivek, while inserting the records in the account object, the trigger will be fired or not for Vivek?
Yes.
It will be fine. So now, are we preventing the users from executing these triggers or not?
Yes, sir.
What do you say, others? Are we able to prevent these triggers from? Are we able to bypass the triggers for specific set of users or not? What do you say? Yes. So you might ask me, why do we need to bypass these triggers? Because we are verifying the data, we are validating the data, we are automating the data, we are updating the data during DML events. So why do we need to bypass the triggers? So while uploading the data, so in one of the environments, if you are updating millions of records, so validations, workflows, triggers after execute in order to process single record, validations will be executed before triggers, after triggers, workflows, all this will be processed or not, all these actions will be taken place or not in order to update or insert a record successfully. So the record has to go through validations, triggers and workflows. Now if you want to upload the data to QA, in the QA environment, the data need not to be appropriate, they need not to be consistent. If you have a data, then you can work on it. So now what I want to do is, while uploading the data, they want to bypass these triggers, validations. This is an interview question. So while uploading the data in bulk, if you want to bypass these triggers and validations, so what they ask you, how you will do. So if you say that I will deactivate triggers and I will deactivate validations, so what happens if you deactivate them? They will be deactivated for all the users of organizations. So will it be affecting or not?
Yes.
It will be affecting the system. But by using hierarchical custom settings, what happens? Can we bypass it for a specific users or not? By using custom settings, can we bypass it for a specific set of users or not? What do you say, Krishna?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. So in the triggers, every time what we do in the first while we define custom setting and we access this variable, so that what happens, we can bypass the triggers while uploading the data for a specific set of users. So is it clear, everyone? Always it will always the priority will be given to user level, and if the value is not available at the user level, then the priority will be given to profile level, and after that the priority will be given to the default organization value. So is it clear, everyone? The list custom settings, hierarchical custom settings, and their applicability. Ali, Shravan, is it clear?
Yes, Rakesh.
Ali, is it clear? The custom setting. Yeah, why should we bypass the trigger? Now you are uploading the data. You are uploading the data, and the data is millions. Data is in millions, and you are uploading the data. And while uploading the data, you want to bypass the data. You want to bypass the triggers. Why? Because in order to reduce the time, if you do not bypass the triggers and workflows and validations, what happens? The time will be taken. The time will take too much. It will take too much time. So in order to reduce the time, what we are doing? We want to bypass them. So while uploading the data, a user will be uploading the data. So if you want to bypass them, then you need to bypass them to using the hierarchical custom settings. Is it clear, Ali? We don't do this in production, we do it in the other environments. While uploading to reduce the time, we bypass them for a specific user. Is it clear, Ali? Oh, okay. In the tomorrow session, I will discuss testing. So what is that? What is meant by manual testing? What is the governor limits? Okay, what happens during deployment if you do not perform, if you do not write unit test classes? Okay, and tomorrow I'll also explain you assertion statements. So tomorrow session is very important from testing perspective. Okay, so today we are done with hierarchical custom settings. Tomorrow I will explain. Tomorrow we will be discussing testing, and in the next session I will be explaining you batch apex and schedule apex. With that, major concepts will be completed, and we will be left with one or two concepts. JavaScript, how to include JavaScript in the Visual Force pages. Okay, and anti-deployment tool and lightning components. So these three topics I will discuss in the weekends. So in the next 3 days I am going to complete the session. I'm going to complete the course, and in the weekends I will take 2 or 3 weekends. In the weekends I will explain you what is lightning, how it is different from Visual Force pages, and anti-deployment tool, and how to include JavaScript in the VF page. This concept I will cover in the weekends. So in the next 3 to 4 days I'm going to wind up the sessions. Okay, is it fine for you guys?
Okay.
Okay. I want to give admin certification. Can you explain me the procedure? So if you want to know the procedure, call Capital Info here. They will give you the procedure and they will give you the dump also, so that you can go through the dump and you can clear the certification. Okay. Okay. Bye everyone. Don't miss that. Don't miss the sessions in this week. Eclipse tool, Eclipse, there is a plugin available online. You need to just, after installing the Eclipse, you need to install that plugin. That's it. Once you install that plugin, you can deploy your project into the Eclipse. That's it. I don't have Eclipse in my account, but if you want it specific, I will explain you. You try to install Eclipse in your system, in your local system, and then I will explain you how to install this Eclipse, how to install this force.com plugin in your Eclipse, and how to import the project into your Eclipse. Okay, so once you install it, and later I will explain it. Is it okay, Ali? Okay, bye everyone. Let's meet tomorrow same time. Don't miss the sessions in this week. Okay, bye everyone.